What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Berm, and today I'm hitting the VGC ranks ladder with a subscriber-made ALOLAN Persian team. This team was sent to me on Twitter by Chris, aka Kahuna Med. Also, Chris, comment in the comments below and plug literally whatever you want to, because this team is really great, and I feel like I owe Chris a little bit of redemption because I tried to use this team on stream the other night and I was so tired and I just could not make it work, despite the fact that it is very good and uses one of my favorite regional variants, if not my favorite regional variant, which is ALOLAN Persian. I hated ALOLAN Persian's design when it first came out, and then I found a shiny one in a playthrough once, and because I'm a sellout, I fell in love with it. It's a really great support mount. It gets a really, it's like Parting Shot, which is a super exclusive move. It gets Fur Coat, which is a very exclusive ability. Fur Coat, if you don't know, moves that are physical that make contact do half damage. I believe that's how it works. I know you'll correct me in the comments if I'm not. Please do. Can you hear that church bell? It goes off every hour. Regardless, thank you, Chris, for making this team. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hey, memberships are going to go active on Thursday, just in time for my Thursday night 8 o'clock stream. I'm doing those weekly, but there will be a video that drops that day that sort of explains what the memberships are, and they will be live so that people can jump on the memberships and get those emojis and get those custom badges and everything that I have planned for our stream on Thursday. Or if you're watching the stream and during the stream you want to join, then you can do that. And that's kind of the idea there. Yeah, look out for that. It's going to be fun. Anyway, thanks for clicking on this video, and let's jump into our first battle, shall we? Yeah, it's a colossal team. We're not gonna forget about, just because you put it in the bottom two slots doesn't mean I don't see that that is a freaking surf colossal team. My play here is to go Clefairy and Dracovish. It just is. I think it just has the best answer against whatever they're going to try and lead here. I think Moltres is to bring in the back, though. I do. Nothing's going to Trick Room, so we're not in danger of, like, Torkoal doing a ton of damage to us. So maybe Moltres and... I mean, I want to bring Persian. It's a Persian team. I'll bring Persian, yeah. Yeah, Persian can still support Moltres the same way it supports Spectrier, so... Even though I was told to use Spectrier and ALOLAN Persian together, there's a reason why Moltres is also on this team. The cool thing about this Persian on this team is that it supports anybody. It's got Screech and Fake Tears. So... Okay. I'm no fool. Wait, but actually, I think that Dracovish outspeeds the Dragapult, unless they are scarfed. I think I can just Dazzling Gleam, actually. I don't think that I have to follow me. Yeah. In a couple of practice battles, / battles that I was recording and then had to throw away because I had technical difficulties, I realized that the Dragapult is not going to outspeed my Dracovish. When I was on stream, I undersped something that I thought I would outspeed, but I think that was a Regieleki. And Regieleki is the fastest Pokemon in the entire game. I mean, this is bad because I'm going to take a Dragon Darts. So I probably should have... Oh, Will-O-Wisp too, though. Yeah, okay. I mean, I can still Helping Hand on this next turn. And I don't hate getting, or popping that thing's potential Focus Sash there. So, hopefully, even through a burn, we might be able to kill this Colossal. Just because I do think I'm still going to outspeed it. So let's do that. I think they're going to go for it. I do think they're going to go for it. I should make a Dynamax Dracovish team just to like really mess with people. And I should pair it with like Quick Attack Sylveon. Has anybody done that? I'm pitching this idea like as we're about to enter into a meta in which nothing you've ever seen, like everything is about to change with the restricted Pokemon being allowed. Let me know which restricted Pokemon you want to see me using, by the way, because I'm going to try and do my best to cover as many as possible. And in case you don't know, they changed the rules for next series, which I think begins next week. So use this rental code while you can. That you're allowed to use basically one boxed legendary. I think boxed legendary? One boxed legendary. One, like, Xerneas, Veltal. Yeah, who cares about a burn, dude? Who cares about a burn? You're allowed to use Xerneas or Kyogre or Groudon or, you know, one of those Pokemon you can now use starting next week, which is kind of terrifying. They didn't even go for Surf, man. What were you... Like, if you hadn't sped up your Colossal, my Dracovish was going to outspeed you anyway. Even if it's not Scarfed, which it is. But even if it wasn't. It's just very strange. I think I'm going to Protect here and switch out Dracovish, because if I can come back in and go for a Psychic Fangs, I can get rid of that. That light screen. Dragon Darts into Persian. Going to do really nothing because Fur Coat activates. Sleep Powder into the Clefairy. That's so good. Okay. I can follow me here, or I can switch right into Dracovish. Because Dracovish will not care about a Sleep Powder. So let me do that. And then I'll Foul Play into the Pokemon that's going to die. I could have faked out as well to get in Moltres for free. That would have been nice. But something tells me they have that Torkoal in the back. So the chances of us outspeeding the... yeah, here comes Torkoal, I bet. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is Venusaur just going to straight up Dynamax? I think it's going to Sleep Powder again. I really do. Into who? I don't know. Gotcha. Predictable. Predicted. Let's Psychic Fangs into this Venusaur. Get rid of that annoying little light screen for when Moltres does eventually want to come out. And let's swap into Clefairy here, I think, maybe. Yeah, let's try that. Let's save Persian as much as we can. Because Persian still is going to do really well against that. I mean, you saw how little the Dragapult was able to do to Persian, so in a 1v1 scenario, I just avoided... This thing cannot hit a Sleep Powder. There's an Eruption. Okay. I mean... damage. Let's Psychic Fangs kill this Venusaur, because if I Helping Hand, it doesn't matter if they go for Sleep Powder. I will move first. Helping Hand is more priority than they do. They have no priority. They just have speed. Yeah. So go ahead and Sleep Powder if you'd like to. If I can Helping Hand and make this work. I mean, they could Dynamax Venusaur for sure. But... As ineffective as Sleep Powder has been, it is still the way that they can stop my Moltres from finishing up this sweep. So I'm going to get rid of the Venusaur. If and when possible. They might just kill Dracovish, though, too. Not with Clefairy on the field, though, fortunately. And we do take out the Venusaur. So that's great. Crit did not matter. Helping Hand was enough to help kill that thing there. And Eruption might just finish off both of these Pokemon, but they did what they had to do. Oh, no, it actually didn't kill Dracovish. Dracovish will go down to burn, though. It will go down to burn. And now we can bring out these boys. These two chuckleheads. And I feel like... Wait, they did... Oh, they Dynamaxed. Did I say there was a chance they were going to Dynamax their Venusaur? Maybe I didn't. They Dynamaxed and lost their Colossal eons ago. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get big, I'm going to go for a Max Darkness into the Dragapult, and I'm just going to fake out this Torkoal. Because even if they want to set up the light screen again, which they very well may, Dragapult's not doing anything to these two. I'm just in the driver's seat here. I really, really am. And even if they want to set up the light screen, I think that Max Darkness will kill Dragapult through the light screen. And will also then lower their special defense so that I can really just smack that Torkoal regardless of screens. There is the light screen. It is a feeble attempt to save yourself from elimination. Nice. Nice, dude. And do you want to see... This is what Captain Pokesports always likes to say. You want to see a Torkoal disappear? I mean, he literally stole it from the Joker. So, not that creative, but... Battle canceled. Battle cancelled. Hey, that was a good one. That worked out well, right? I was really happy with my plays involving Dracovish in that game, despite being burnt. Didn't panic. Still just used the Clefairy to support the heck out of that Dracovish. And I feel good about that. Okay? Good game to my opponent. Ah. 3 similar members here. 3 similar members. I think we can go Spectrier, Alolan Persian lead here, though. I do. If they led with their Clefairy and their Spectrier at the same time, could give me issues. But I think that these two are solid, and maybe we can make a play or something if they do lead those, or if they do bring those. I don't hate Moltres here. It has a weakness policy, so maybe it could still take advantage of that. That dumb Rotom there. Everything else it likes to see, so I don't hate that. And then do I think maybe Clefairy to support? Dracovish just doesn't like Rillaboom very much. I don't think this is Dracovish's game, to be honest, looking at these Pokemon. They just have some ways of really, not like killing Dracovish, but like dealing with Dracovish. Yeah, I think I'm doing Clefairy to support the Moltres in the back. Moltres. I say that like a 3rd grader learning Spanish. Trace. Uno, dos, tres. Cuatro. Cinco. Seis. She's got Ash's hat. She's got a Zarude. How rude, in fact. How very dare you. A really nice thing about Alolan Persian is that it's so fast. It's one of the fastest fake out users. So you can just move before other fake outs and not worry about getting faked out yourself. I can get really big right here and just go for a Phantasm into this Urshifu. But they are a dark type. That's true. So I think I'm going to strike it. Instead, maybe they detect. Maybe they don't. But if they do detect, I will still hit them with the strike. It will not kill them, but it will make them slow. But they could always just... Oh, they could just sucker punch me too. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. I do have max guard. So we may just have to do that. They did not detect, so that is clean. They tried to fake out my Persian. However, I was faster, you see. And let's try and kill this thing here, please. Deleted! Off the face of planet Earth. You like to see that. Goodbye, Urshifu. Hello, Grimnay. You definitely like to see that. And the boom is even slower than it already was compared to my Persian. Now my goal is going to be to identify who they're going to try and Dynamax, because that is my biggest threat now. I still am not scared of this Rillaboom, to be perfectly honest with you. Because we still do have Moltres in the back. So I think Lando is going to be my next target here. I mean, it definitely is. So we're just going to Fake Tears that thing and smack it with a Phantasm. Yeah, and Boom does not threaten either of these Pokemon currently. So that is my play. Make sure you're hitting Fake Tears and Screech correctly, by the way. I don't know why that popped into my head, but I did just doubt for a second. I was like, did I click Screech? Because that would not help my Spectre kill this Lando. At all. By any stretch. Alright, Lando, you're big now. But let's see how you like. Grassy Glide's going to come out into Persian. Persian takes that like a chomp. Better than a chomp. Better than a Garchomp. But we're now sitting at +1 with the Grimnay. They're sitting at -2 with the Fake Tears. And that's how much that does. Which is a good amount. It's solid. Didn't kill. Would have been cool if it killed. But it didn't, so. What are you going to do about it? They Flutterbite into my Persian. Hello? They literally have bigger problems. Physically bigger problems than Persian. That's wild. Okay. Okay. I think Moltres can just come out right now. Yeah, and I can Air Slash at that, at the Rillaboom. I love the Timer Ball on that Moltres, Chris. I think it's so cool with the red and black. It's really, really slick. Actually, can I Nasty Plot? I think I can. And let's Max Strike into Lando. Battle was canceled. Yeah, man. I mean, why'd you attack Persian? Spectre has very bad defenses. You know, like if Spectre doesn't kill you, you have a pretty good shot at killing Spectre back. I mean, maybe they just didn't have the right move for it, but like in my mind, going for Max Quake does the same thing effectively as going for Flutterby. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be able to take special attacks better regardless. And you get Stab off of Max Quake. And that does neutral damage to Spectre. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not my opponent. How can I possibly try to imagine what they were thinking? But, good game to my opponent. That was a fun one. Going up against Bryce. Oh, Bryce is the name of the Ice-type gym leader in Johto, and his signature Pokemon is Piloswine, and there's a Mamoswine. Bryce, have you expanded your horizons? Are you now using other Pokemon as well, but still have loyalty to your Mamoswine? That might be what we're looking at here, folks. I like... yeah, we're just going to go Persian Spectre lead. They don't have anything that immediately sticks out to me as threatening. I guess the Moltres could be an issue for this. Although, I might still be able to smack that thing if I went for Fake Tears and Max Strike. But I think Dracovish is good in the back. And Clefairy again. Boy. Or I could fight their terrains. I don't really care about terrains. I don't really have much status on this team. Although Rillaboom would be good for the Mamoswine. Huh. I am going to bring Rillaboom, because now I'm like, if I don't get that Tapu Fini off the field with my Spectrier, then bringing just Dracovish and Clefairy really doesn't help me with that. Doesn't help me with that Tapu Fini at all. So even though Rillaboom doesn't like seeing a lot of these Pokemon, I think I need to bring it just on the off chance that we end up in an endgame against Tapu Fini. Whimsicott Moltres. Okay. I can fake out that Whimsicott and delete it with Max Strike. Maybe they get big and maybe they go for the Max Darkness. But I'll still do it first. And lowering their speed and stopping them from getting up Tailwind is my main objective here. I have two Pokemon in the back who don't need to Dynamax, you know what I mean? So even if they were to Dynamax, go for Max Darkness, kill my Spectrier here, if that's enough to do it, with no boosts, which it might not be. I'm not totally sure about the calc there. I could then on the next turn still go into Dracovish and Screech Vicious Rend the Moltres. They didn't Dynamax the Moltres, so we will live this no matter what it is. And they will not get this Tailwind off. They will get the Tailwind off because I didn't kill it. That's problematic to a certain extent. Fiery Wrath does so much damage to everybody. Okay. They can now get off Tailwind. Not great. Not my best moment. But I can still kind of do what I was planning on doing. Which is I can Screech this Moltres. And on the off chance that I survive, I can Max Quake. On the off chance I outspeed, rather, I can Max Quake the Whimsicott. And if they don't Dynamax, I will live the Fiery Wrath then. But I'm going to Screech the Moltres in preparation for my Pokemon in the back. There's the Tailwind. Will we still outspeed when they're at -1? Persian does. Which makes me think Spectrier will too, because I think it's only 1 speed difference between Spectrier and Persian. No. Huh. I wonder... Now I want to check what the speed difference is in these Pokemon. Let's see. Actually... 166 on Spectrier, 183 on Persian. So Spectrier is actually speed crept down a good amount. There is a good gap there for a Moltres to fit in. So that's good for you to know. Actually, can I check what the EVs are from here? Yes. So the EVs are in Special Attack and HP. Copy. Rillaboom really helps to take out the Whimsicott, but I don't care about that so much. I think Dracovish is still going to outspeed this thing, right? And I can Foul Play into the Whimsicott. And I still think Persian outspeeds that Whimsicott. So why don't I Foul Play into you, and I will just Vicious Rend into you. And I will outspeed because of the Choice Scarf, I believe. Right, Prankster is still a thing. It's a very bad thing. I will activate this thing's... Oh, wow. Wait, but so if they charmed me, that was not a crit. So I was at -2 attack. They were at -2 defense, effectively negating each other. So Vicious Rend just always clips Moltres then? That's kind of wild. These Pokemon are no longer at... I think I can switch into Rillaboom for the Persian here and preserve my Fake Out. If they go for an Ice move and a Persian, I'll be very surprised because Dracovish is still in the field. No, I don't want to preserve the Fake Out there. I think I actually just want to Screech that Mamoswine and try and do this. But Persian's not going to outspeed the Dracovish, so actually there's no point in that. Let's switch into Rillaboom, do what I initially thought, and then we can still just try and get damage off on this Mamoswine. They have not Dynamaxed yet, so I'm still like very much in the hot seat here. This is not there's not an easy way out of this by any means. I have a habit of chewing ice, and I just am trying to be cognizant of the microphone. Sorry if you've heard me chewing ice at all during this record. I keep catching myself doing it. Thundurus gets big. Thundurus will outspeed my Dracovish. No! Oh, dude, that was just a huge blunder, man. Just a huge misstep. Big one, big one. Yeah, they pretty much outright win now. I can't really do anything. Why didn't they attack Drake? I guess they weren't scared because I was at -2. I could have gone into Rillaboom on the Dracovish there, which is kind of nuts. How many turns of Tailwind do they have left? Just one. Here's kind of a crazy thing, is if they attack Dracovish with Thundurus, they really should not do this. But if they do, I don't think there's any way I can possibly get out of here. What I'm thinking is that if I Screech the Thundurus, it will both lower their defense and raise their attack, meaning Foul Play will do a ton of damage on the next turn. I think I'm just going to do it. Just in the off chance we get to see what that calc would be. And I'll still try to kill Mamoswine here. But they're just going to keep raising their speed, and there's really nothing I can do about it. They protect the Mamoswine, in fact. They knuckled. Chewing ice again. Wow, if I'd attacked Thundurus there, I could have got some damage off on that thing. There's no way they don't Airstream here. They should absolutely Airstream every single time, especially now that the Tailwind is gone, and there's really no way for me to beat this thing. But I can maybe clip a Mamoswine while I'm at it. And, you know, as far as Game 3s go, like, ultimately, I think I would have done something different. I should have checked the speed differences between Spectrier and Alolan Persian. I was assuming that Spectrier was just 1 point lower than Alolan Persian. We didn't even outspeed on that, which makes sense. They were at +1. And had I known that there was more of a speed gap there, then I potentially would have max guarded with the Spectrier. I would have come up with a different plan. Because I was like, you know what? They're both max speed to the point that Spectrier underspeeds Alolan Persian. But other than that, they're as fast as they can be. And I do think they will both outspeed. And the Persian outsped. So I was like, okay, I was right about that. I was just wrong about the fact that, you know, I should have known. I should have always check your team. That's why I'm glad I checked it here before you use it. Spectrier was solidly undersped than Persian, allowing the Moltres to get in there, ultimately costing me my Dynamax Pokemon. Not great, but I'm glad we were able to showcase that in this team video, because this team is really great. And now you won't make that same mistake I did. You know what I mean? Good game to my opponent. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you want to use Alolan Persian, be sure to use this rental code, and be sure to use it on the ranked ladder before Series 8 begins, because Once that begins, teams like this, you're going to see them way less often. Any team that does not feature a box legendary, any team that does not feature a restricted Pokemon, you're just going to never see it. Every team's going to have one on there because they're allowed to. And that one Pokemon is likely going to come to every single game. That's just the way that legendary formats work. And it's about to happen to this meta. So be prepared for that and enjoy this team while you can. You still might see a lot of these Pokemon, you know. You just might not see ALOLAN Persian. So, if you didn't see ALOLAN Persian much now, you're probably not going to see it much when Xerneas is allowed. You feel me? Anyway, yeah, thanks so much for checking out this video. Be on the lookout for Thursday. That's when memberships go live. There's going to be a video for that. I have one more Series 7 team coming out before Series 8 begins, so also look out for that. Yeah, just a big ol' thank you to Chris for making this team. If you want me to use one of your teams, you can throw the idea for the team in the comments below, or you can DM it to me on Twitter, or you can become a member on Thursday because that's also when the Berm Discord goes live, in which case once that happens, I should say, we will have much more direct contact for me to get rental codes via some of you subscribers out there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I think so. And, yeah, apologies for any technical difficulties there may be in this video. I think that's it. And have yourselves a good day. My name is Berm, and I will see you later. Uno, dos, tres. Cuatro. Cinco. Seis.